Hello and welcome to That Peter Crouch podcast, the special Friday edition with me, Peter Crouch, Notorious SID and Chris Stark. Everything all right?
Good weekend.
Yeah.
Good
weekend. It was a good weekend for you, yeah. It was another correct score for Steve.
Yeah. Well, look, just to explain, so at the time of recording this, we're actually doing this on the day of the forfeit that we've been speaking about for quite a few weeks. Okay. So
hence the reason that we're not normally... We're not having a drink. We're trying to pace ourselves. We're going to darts this evening.
Yeah. So this is the thing. By the time you hear this podcast, it's likely that me dancing with the cheerleaders is all over the Paddy Power socials
I hope it's everywhere.
Available in those places. And I'm sure many of you who potentially have enjoyed that and shared that. Also, what we're going to do throughout this podcast, even though for me it's happening tonight, but obviously you're getting this on Friday, we're going to have voice notes that we recorded at the darts throughout this episode. I don't know what these are going to sound like or be like, obviously, because it's yet to come. So there we are.
Well, you know what? It's our work Christmas party, really, isn't it? Like, this is the podcast, you know, we work so hard here, don't we? You know what I mean?
We deserve it.
All our internet, our head.
It's true. It's all work, and no play. So
That's
we deserve a
the
Christmas
problem with these
party.
things. And I think, you know, we put our hours in here, you know, bringing you content, and we deserve to let our hair down, I feel. Taking all the boys, producers, everyone's, you know, big group of mates. We've got a big table at the darts. Chris is going to do his thing, and we'll enjoy the darts. We'll have a few lagers, so we are pacing ourselves.
And I actually know people that have tried to request getting their afternoon tickets for the darts swapped for the evening.
Well, we met the Teletubbies outside, didn't we? And
they was those guys as well. So
bizarrely, I met someone just before, and I said, "There's a load of Teletubbies over there," and then they said, that must be something to do with you. And I said, bizarrely, actually, it's not. And then I walked past them, and they said, "Oh, we've come down to see you. We're going to dance tonight." So actually, it was to do with us.
Yeah, and thank you everyone as well who we've seen at the darts. We get tagged in a lot on socials, and we see it on TV. Everyone passing the pod at the darts on the signs. You know, it's all past the pod. Puddings is massive, back stronger. So it'll be interesting being there tonight to sort of get a gauge on how many. Hopefully that will really flare up tonight if we're in there as well.
Know, it's like Crouch Fest. It feels like the darts.
Oh, it's
good.
Especially
like
have you done it before?
Now I've never done it.
Oh, it is so good.
It's my debut.
Yeah, it's really good. But you're meant to do. I think you're meant to do fancy dress. And I can only speak from neither of you in fancy dress right now.
Well, I mean, I think
I'm hearing we're not allowed to do fancy dress in our little bit.
Posh sheets. I mean, to be fair, I can get away. I can get in the mix. The big man, he couldn't.
Yeah, but I think fancy dress helps us in this situation.
Well, you wouldn't know, would you? I suppose.
Unless we did nuns again. Do you remember when we did nuns before? It was kind of, it did draw attention actually. Do you remember we were in a pub near you, weren't we?
It was like kind of my local, really.
Wasn't Martin Tyler trying to enjoy his dinner or something? And he looked behind him, 3 nuns.
I remember going to the toilet, right, and it was me, Chris, and Tom at the time. Like, we were in the urinal, and some fella just walked in and went, "All right, lads." They're all dressed as nuns for no particular reason other than Tom likes nuns.
He was really into it.
That's a good start for a joke, that. 3 nuns in a pub.
But no, we're not going to do fancy dress by the looks of it unless we gather. The thing is, the great thing about darts as well is you can acquire it there. Like when I've been before, and if you can get into the mixer of it all, it's brilliant because it is like Crouch Fest. You're right, Pete, in that it's everyone just mixing with each other, and you can swap clothes and get right involved. So should be fun, and then hopefully see some good sport as well. Have you been following the darts of late? Isn't it great just having it? It's a late night option every time on the TV. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's good to watch, you know. And I think, like I say, with Paddy Power being involved now, I feel like I know people that have been actually. You know, Claire put a picture on the other night.
Claire Travel.
Claire Travel, the famous Claire Travel. Big shout out to her. She went to the darts the other night, and it's all like a kind of fan zone, like a Paddy Power fan zone, and all that. So we'll be involved in that, and hopefully watch you dance and see some good sport.
So I've got to meet the cheerleaders in about an hour from now. I've got to go on ahead of you boys to.
I'm actually jealous.
A few rehearsals.
Rehearse with the cheerleaders apparently.
I think you'll enjoy that once you get there.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing rehearsals now. I thought the idea was I just stand there sort of looking pretty. I didn't realise we were going to be doing
It's a little bit of a routine, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I'm in Christmas mode now. So I'm not really, I don't know if I'm going to concentrate enough to learn the full routine. But equally, I don't want to let everyone listening
Don't
down.
let the girls down. Do you know what I mean? They worked hard. It's
Yeah.
their moment. You know what I mean? Don't go in there and belittle how much work they've put in.
No, I
Yeah.
agree.
You know
with
what
that.
I mean,
like, let's go there and do it properly.
Also, it's a
right?
rare sport. You get cheerleaders in now, isn't it? I mean, aside from Palace, I don't think you really see cheerleaders in football. Crystal Palace, they have the cheerleaders,
Palace
don't
have
they?
done it for
Palace done it for
We used to have
years.
what were called the Golden Girls at Watford.
What sport could bring it back in? Snooker?
Paddle. Because
Snooker.
paddle's the future, isn't it? It's
Paddle's the future. Yeah.
What snooker?
snooker.
Well, it's the same thing with Barry Hearn, isn't it?
just to get it going.
What about bowls as a treat for the old boys? It's like,
Treat for the old boys.
not that bowls is like that. Before we then get hammered on every front for this, bowls is played by young people as well, and that is actually a legitimate sport that I love and I love playing. I'm just saying
Lawn
it's a
bowls,
bit of a
especially.
laugh, for fuck's sake. Lighten up.
All right. Well, listen. That's tonight. Hopefully you've seen it. It's out there already. Because at time of recording, it's not. We're not recording this on a Friday. So hopefully you've seen it all. Should we get into the games? You had a great weekend. You said again, got a correct score.
Yeah.
Everton 2-0.
They had that just had a couple of bad ones. So it's Chumbawamba had to come back a bit stronger.
Maybe. He did come back stronger.
And yeah, it's just kept me sort of top of the leaderboard. And I think this is final standings now, is it? These are the final points, and this will be now void. After
I
this.
lodged an
It'll go-
appeal to see if either of you could be docked points.
How did that go?
Didn't go at all. I couldn't find any grounds.
No grounds. Okay. Oh well, I'm glad about that. And listen, you are doing the forfeit. You've taken it very well.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. Like we appreciate that.
So I just wanted to mention the Liverpool Man U game. It was fucking terrible.
awful,
Still
wasn't it?
didn't live up to expectations.
I think we went 7-0, 4-0, 3-0.
7-0.
7-0, about 30 minutes in, I had a word with myself, was like, this isn't happening, is it? Did you notice the commentary throughout the game got gradually more like, there were suspicions around 10, 15 minutes in, and it started quite nice. It was like, I'm sure the game will develop into the classic that is, they were trying to play on the tension thing. About 30 minutes in, they were like, it's been a disappointing first half, but the second half will be better. Back into the second half, it just turned into a kind of like, right, let's call it off.
It was awful.
Let's do this again another time.
Bad one.
Something to be said for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Because it didn't do a game like that justice, I felt.
It was a shame, really, wasn't it? Liverpool had. I looked at the stats. There was a lot of shots had from Liverpool. Man United did. They defended properly, and I suppose they did what they came for, because a lot of people wrote them off, mainly us.
If you'd have said to United fans before the game, would you take a 0-0 draw? That would have bit your hand off.
I think so as well.
Of course
yeah.
it would.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you're right. I guess the end result is it's still counts. But I don't know. You sort of want a bit of gladiator, don't you?
Of
Are you not entertained? It's a bit of that, isn't it?
You do want that, but you know what? Like, should we get into the Liverpool Arsenal game this weekend then?
Yes.
Considering
Okay.
We're already touching on Liverpool here.
Yeah, I mean,
I think because I think this one will be better. It's two big hitters, and it feels like Arsenal are in a position to attack as well. Feels like it's going to be not attack, be defence.
well, what is it? Arsenal top 39 points, Liverpool second 38.
Great game of football. This should be.
This has always been an iconic game, isn't it? It's at Liverpool.
There's only a few people got a hat trick in this fixture.
What, around this table?
It's such a difficult thing to do.
It's got to be better than the last game, isn't it? Liverpool Man U. It has to be better than that. I think there's going to be goals. I think it's going to be a tough one. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Arsenal. My thing with Arsenal at the moment, they've got this. It's a bit cliched, but it feels like they can score right into the last minute. Do you know what I mean? It's almost frustrating if you're wishing Arsenal bad, because they always seem to come good.
Sign of a top side. Liverpool.
This is what I mean.
Aren't similar to that though as well. So something's got to give. Feels like.
I'm going Arsenal 2, Liverpool 1.
2-1 away win.
2-1 away.
That's big.
Yeah.
No, home win. You said. Oh, so you're going to Arsenal?
No,
win,
Arsenal.
2-1.
Arsenal win 2.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I the same the other way. Liverpool to win 2-1.
You're going to Liverpool win.
Okay, I'm going to go for a draw, 1-1. I think it's going to be a close one.
Three different results there.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
All around the
win,
same
lose, draw.
parameters, though.
Yeah.
Do
Do you think Arsenal could do it this year?
I don't see why not. I think it's almost like these two are almost becoming the favourites, aren't they?
is,
Man
isn't
City
it?
are always have to be there or thereabouts. But after a result on the weekend with Palace as well, didn't see that one coming.
No.
But then last season, weren't we at these sort of similar discussions last season, and then City just hit that
Romped
stride,
it.
and then just
Well capable
Yeah.
of doing that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I fancy Liverpool in this one. I think they can do it. I
What
don't know
about
if
City then?
I'm
What
biased
do you
there.
think City are falling off a bit here?
Looks that way, doesn't it? Well, no
Yeah.
team's done 4, have they? Right, and this is one of the best teams we've ever seen.
They're calling it fatigue, but I don't really understand that. Is that such a thing?
I think
don't
it can be
know.
mentally. You know, if you go and win a treble and enjoy it, like I'm sure they all did, to come back and go right, let's
Yeah.
go again.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're really struggling in the league. I think Champions League. I think they've got Champions League. I do not see anyone beating Man City over 2 legs in Champions League. And when they get to the final, obviously, then it's one game. But I do see City win the Champions League. But the league, I think it's down to Arsenal and Liverpool. You know, I'm looking at it. I don't think Villa will stay, but Arsenal. Have you seen the Arsenal doc on Amazon?
Yeah,
They left. There's a Premier League sign, isn't there, in the training ground that's left blank, and they'll only illuminate it when they win it,
Right.
Really?
or win it again. Obviously, I know they've won it, but
Yeah.
I think I see that from Arteta, or Edu was doing that when he was talking to a signing.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
Like,
this
they-
could be the year.
Yeah, they got to trust the process, haven't they?
Trust the process. How long do you need to trust the process for? That's the
you know,
question.
I think the process is working.
That's hilarious. I like the idea that you trusting the process, just something you have to go along with for years and years potentially. It's a process, Steve. You know?
You got to stay disciplined as well while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to enjoy it, but you got to enjoy it by.
Right, okay. Aston Villa, Sheffield United.
Big result, you know. Again, I didn't see that one coming against Brentford. I don't know. I just felt like it was gonna play out as a draw.
1-0 down, huh?
Yeah, so fair play to Villa. They just turned it on. They're playing some great stuff. They're great to watch. We've seen a lot of them this year. Like
Yeah.
really, really playing well. Again, I don't see past a Villa win again here. Sheffield United struggling, you have to say. Villa 2-0. I've gone.
Yeah, I didn't know about this one. Leon Bailey has scored in all 7 of his appearances at Villa Park this season. Hitting that form at home must be the best feeling. You know, if you're in a run and you can associate in front of that home crowd, the home crowd starts to expect. That must feel good. You boys must have experienced that.
Yeah, in some of them games, he's come on as a sub as well. He's not started. So, yeah, I mean, like striker-wise, when you get on the pitch knowing, if you're in a purple patch, knowing that you're going to... Well, it's like knowing you're going to score. It's a matter of when.
But it's like knowing you're the lucky charm as well, you know?
Also, you know, I talked about this before on the podcast, but when I was at QPR, you know, like my first season, and it was a local to where all my mates were, and they all bet like a tenner on the first goal, and I scored it like so many times that season, you know, and I just looked up and I could see all the
they're
mates
buzzing.
absolutely, but because that was a difference between a couple of pints to a full night out. So you could see them, and then they'd all be going, yeah, like they were celebrating like they fucking life depended on it. Because I knew all of them had it, and the moment I scored, I was like, I can't wait to see their faces. And then they'd jump on me in the bar after, and it was just the best feeling.
Yeah.
That is good. What are we saying then, Starkey? You're going for... Did you say your score?
2-0 2-0 Aston Villa.
2-0 Villa.
I've gone 2-2 on this one.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have too much to qualify that with, if I'm honest,
Villa's
given
home record
Villa's...
is
Sheffield have failed to register an away win this season.
There
They've
you
lost
go.
6 out of their 7.
Which is one spin on it.
And Villa
Or they're now
haven't
due...
lost at home for about 4 years.
I've gone draw. I've gone draw. I've gone draw. I've gone draw. When did they register their last draw?
we got that
They
one
got a
for
draw.
you?
They got a draw Brighton away.
There we go.
There we are.
We'll have that then. Yeah.
So you've gone for a
2-2.
2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Let me check. 2-2 draw.
Desmond. Okay. I've gone for a convincing Villa home win, 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, I see them being way too powerful. So yeah.
All right, lovely. Wolves versus Chelsea. Interesting game, this one.
yeah.
Intriguing, I think.
Poor result for Wolves on the weekend.
Yeah, it
West
was,
Ham. I watched a bit of that game. They weren't
Good.
great at all. Few mistakes caused by themselves. Breakaway goals for West Ham. I like Gary O'Neill. Maybe it wasn't a great audition obviously with
Yeah,
the
we
shoe
talked
in
about going to West Ham,
Yeah.
for West Ham. I'll have to talk to the horse whisperer and have a phone call about that one. And Chelsea, again, it just feels like with Chelsea, they get, I don't know, one step forward, two steps back. It just feels like they're on the brink at the moment. There's stuff come out this week about Poch, isn't there? You know, he's saying that he is classed as a world-class manager. And he doesn't need to win a title to be classed as that. What do you think of that?
I don't think it's entirely his fault. I look at the managers they kind of had in recent years. So even Potter as well. You know, like I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of turmoil going on behind the scenes. I don't think you can really judge him on what he's doing at Chelsea at the moment. I think in the past has been a top manager.
Yeah.
But I think at Chelsea there does seem to be problems. They look like they're kind of comfortably mid-table side at the moment. When you look at the players, it's absolutely ridiculous to say that, but that's where they are, and that's where I think Wolves at home could be a
But
test
what is
for
that then? If you've got a team of good players, that suggests a lack of cohesion, right? Which then suggests that the manager, who should be instilling that sort of team spirit or an identity, isn't doing it. Isn't that fair to say? Like, I can understand why some fingers are pointing and going, you know, he should have a grip at this by now. Yes, there's a wider Chelsea identity thing, which obviously has gone through massive change over the last couple of seasons, but they are good enough players, right?
They are, yeah. But I look at them, and it's not many kind of performing to the levels
No.
you kind of expect for them.
No.
The ones that are, you probably like
Cole Palmer, he's the only one really at the moment. Sterling's chipping in with a few goals, but I look at it and I think with Chelsea, the inflated prices has put more pressure on them individuals. Like Casado, he's not a £100 million player. He's a very good player. He's not £100 million. He's not playing like he's worth £100 million. Enzo, again, 100 million. He's not 100 million. Like them, your 2 centre midfield players, 200 million pound. They're playing as if they're like 30
Well,
million.
also as well, it doesn't feel like they've got a settled side. Like you couldn't name Chelsea's team, could you?
That's
like,
it.
Really?
Nah.
Like if people come back from injury, you think that they can easily get back in, and it's not like there's a settled side, and you can't really put your finger on what's going wrong there.
Well,
but
does
things are
Poch
going
then
wrong.
need a? Does he need a sort of trust the process slogan with this? Is this something that
I
is
think it
longer
gives you
term?
time. I think if you're a manager and you do get something out there like it's a process,
Yeah.
trust it. That's basically just give you a few more weeks to go. Just get this fucking right.
It's annoying for Poch though, because trust the process is taken, and it's hard to think of a variant of that.
What could he say? We're in it for the long haul.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah. Slow and steady. Slow and steady.
Imagine he just came out and he said, "Right, you were useless today," and he just went slow and steady.
Slow and steady. It needs to be epic. Trust the process is.
Something epic.
I mean, basically, trust the process could be used in an excuse for anything, couldn't it? You haven't done your homework. You're late back from the pub. Like it's actually, it sounds positive, but if you really think about it, it's bollocks, isn't it? It's basically saying, I'm going to take my time on this one,
Yeah.
thank you.
I think, though, he can get away with that there because of the recruitment that they've done. They've bought the best young talent, not only in Europe, but in the world. And they're waiting for them to develop.
But can Chelsea say that with, I mean, they do have these world-class players. He basically needs something to come out and say, look, give them their time. Give them...
coming up with the pearls
Yeah.
of wisdom. Give them time. Oh, you're literally just saying words that you
Are
could
we
say
saying?
on the barbecue.
That's what I...
Are we?
There you go.
Low and slow.
Give them their time.
Imagine he came out and did
Low and
that.
slow.
He loves a barbecue as well, Poch, doesn't he?
Are we saying
Both
that
of
He
us.
does love a barbecue. Low and slow.
Are we saying that this team is an embryo and it's just beginning?
I don't know. I'd love to know from Chelsea fans what the process needs to be or what the saying needs to be. But it feels to me that there needs to be a phrase
All right.
for that. And do we think it will come good there before too long? It has to, doesn't it? Just because of the money involved.
You think so, wouldn't you? I think they're coming good, but I just don't see it at the moment. Well, listen, I'll tell you, I don't think it's getting better this weekend. I'm going Wolves 1-0.
Do you know I've gone Wolves? I've gone Wolves
shock.
2-0.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have. Unbeaten in their last 7 at home, or 6 or 7.
Oh well, I've gone for a Chelsea 2-1 away win. I've gone for Chelsea too. I think.
Is that a bias on your behalf, or is that
No, I'm just trusting the process.
Down low and slow.
low and slow?
A few injuries, though.
It is.
Robert Sanchez, Reece James out.
Yeah.
Few injuries for Chelsea.
Yeah,
I
I
just
know.
feel Wolves at home. Listen, you're the oracle. You're the man who keeps getting these results right.
Well, this week's a free hit, so
Yeah, let's be honest. To be honest, who cares? He's doing the forfeit tonight. We reload.
That's
next
true.
week.
You can just enjoy this. With Reece James, is that he's one of those, isn't he? He's going to be one of those that is constantly injured.
I hope not. I was, Joe. What? It's mad you said this. I had this conversation,
and obviously, God willing, that's not the case.
Yeah.
But
I had this
feels
conversation
that,
the other day when he come off. My boy was like, Reece James has come off again, and I was like,
Worry for him, don't you?
I hope he's just not one of them players that's plagued, because he is so good. When he's on song,
No, he's top player. Yeah, really is. And it's a shame for England as well. Never he was absolute shooing, wasn't he? Like
back stronger.
back stronger. Yeah. Well, I'm back in the Chelsea, so 2-1 for me.
All right, then. So we are recording this earlier in the week, the day of the forfeit that I'm doing for losing this league.
Yeah.
So what we can do now is we're going to play in a voice note that is getting recorded later on at the darts, but obviously you're hearing it now. It's all a bit Back to the Future. And this is me, I believe, just before I go on stage with the cheerleaders. I'm talking to my future self here. I'm almost feeling nervous for me. But take it away, Chris.
Wow.
Thanks, Chris. Yes, madness. That was insane. All right, so I've just come off stage. The world famous Ali Pali World Darts Championship stage. And that was one of the most insane experiences. I'm even struggling to talk. So I got great coaching, got up there, did the routine. I'm sure it's going to be on socials and all that kind of thing. Very keen to find the lads and have a beer now. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. I was receiving a little bit of abuse from the crowd at one point, but that's absolutely fine. I'd expect no less at the darts. But I think I did the best I can. What surprised me was it was quite a complicated routine. I think anyone who knows their dance will be a game understands game situation, and they will respect my dance. I couldn't have done any more, I don't think. Was I any good? I'm not totally sure, but I couldn't have given it any more. Okay, socials will be everywhere. I'm sure we'll feedback on the next pod. What a ridiculous thing to happen at the darts. If you saw it, I hope you enjoyed.
Well, Sid, what do you make of that? I know what to say.
I don't really know where to start. I mean, the entrance was one thing, both of us. To walk on stage and see Starkey cutting rug and moving some shapes, a little bit stiff.
I think he was a little bit surprised that there was so much choreography involved, but I thought he nailed it, and I was incredibly proud of him. The crowd were a little bit harsh, I thought.
I thought he was absolutely superb, but room for improvement. But he was disciplined in what he done.
Very disciplined, he took instruction well, and the crowd caned him for it.
Back stronger, it's a long process.
All right, so a little thing we like to do on this podcast on the Friday episode is do a few shirts. I've seen a couple of good ones, actually. I saw the one. Have you seen the two peg legs, lads?
Yeah, the Watford.
Yeah, the two of them
Watford
together.
lads,
Yeah, but they've got it's not the number 11
Yeah.
and peg leg, but they've halved one of the 11s.
It's great.
Yes,
You've seen that, and then they've got one leg.
did see that. That's
Good
good.
banner
That.
from them,
Yeah,
I
that
thought.
is good. Yeah,
Great shout.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was good, but there's one here, number 38. Wanna dance with Udogi?
I want to dance with the
You
doggy.
kind of actually have to sing that one.
Yeah, that's good.
I wonder if is that his song? It must be his song, huh?
Ooh,
Yeah,
wanna dance
once with somebody.
No. I want to. If that's his song,
Oh right, yeah.
must be his song, huh?
For me, I do have a problem with it. I think there's too many words on the shirt there. I don't believe that should be allowed to be printed. Do you know what I mean?
Well, he's got to have a few quid, this fella.
Yeah.
Well, it's expensive as well.
What is it now? A letter, £2.50.
Couldn't tell you. It's not cheap though, is it? If you
Not
want to dance with the doggy.
Any other shirts been spotted out and about?
What do you make of this one?
Yeah, well, this is
I don't know what to make of this.
this is an Everton fan that's taken a selfie of himself, but in the background there's a mirror that's showing the back of his shirt.
Feels a bit like a Jeff Winter.
That's
selfie.
my first thought as well.
Have you seen the Jeff Winter selfie?
No, as in Jeff Winter,
So
the
the referee.
referee.
Yeah.
You not seen it?
No,
All right.
Shut up.
Just
No.
we're going to
What?
show you a picture, but only like
Don't
say it
any-
when you see it.
Don't say any words.
Yeah.
And for any of you at home who haven't seen the Jeff Winter selfie, get yourself on Google.
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy it.
We'll give you time right now, all right? So type in Jeff Winter. What are you typing in? Jeff Winter
Put it
selfie.
all together.
If you are Googling this at home, it does. I think he's managed to get it removed from some places. But what you want to type in is just Jeff Winter mirror. And Steve, just say when you see.
that's been done on purpose, surely. He's basically standing there in a blue t-shirt saying "Step up and play," and to the left of him there's a mirror that's on the diagonal, and it looks as though he's put this t-shirt over his naked torso.
He's got no pants
and
on.
He's
there's
got
a-
no pants on, has he?
Yeah,
Steve?
there's. I think
He's
there's.
got no pants
You can
on.
see a white arse cheek there.
Oh, I just,
Oh, fuck's
I just can't
sake.
believe it.
What's he thinking? That's so good.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah,
I have never seen
that's
that.
going around for a while. But superb. Really tickled me, that one.
So anyway, back to this lad.
Yeah. What do you make of him?
Yeah, back to this lad. He's got an Everton shirt on. He's pointing to his badge in the selfie, the Everton badge, and in the background he's got -10.
You can see it in the mirror, basically.
in the mirror, yeah, basically.
But he's got, from what I can see anyway, he's got trousers on.
Yeah,
I feel this is he's quite famous, this Everton fan.
yeah.
I think he's very enthusiastic about Everton. I just don't understand why he's gone for the -10 to celebrate them.
Maybe just owning it. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like, -10 doesn't matter, we'll wear it, sort of thing.
Well, if they stay up, that's actually a collector's
Well,
item.
they're flying at the moment.
Well, that's what I mean. If they
They're
stay
doing
up,
really well.
right, which they look like
Yeah.
they might do, he's got -10 on the show. It's like, whatever
Yeah.
you throw at us, we're Everton, we'll stay up.
It's a bit of
Quite like
shithousery
it.
there, isn't it, from him back at you? Yeah.
All right, then. So that's the end of the little league for this. So then we reset when we next
Yes.
come
And
back.
I'm excited to go from the start again. It's a new season.
New season for us, and then new forfeit at the end of it. Of course, we will consider what that should be.
That does scare me.
And me.
Because this is the marker. And generally, everything with this podcast starts in a certain way and gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're starting with me dancing with the cheerleaders at the World Darts, I don't know I don't know where it goes from here.
Slightly concerning.
But also,
I
we're
think
going to.
someone's getting parachuted into the Euros.
Oh, it could be the Euros, you know. I don't know, something Bratwurst related, maybe, because Germany. We'll think on it. As always, everyone, Chumbawamba. We're not gonna have a Friday podcast now for a couple of weeks. A little Christmas holiday and breaking football, and it's weird Christmas time and all that. But I hope you've enjoyed these Friday podcasts, and then we're going to be back. Before you know it, you'll see us pop up and all of that be on the
January
socials.
12th, I believe.
January the
so
12th.
we're back January 12th. We'll be back stronger with the new league. Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Happy
Bring it
New
on.
Year.
Trust the process.